What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Nick Robinson, once again back with the Yara Effect. And today, of course, we're talking about none other than the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is the ninth episode, Blame It on the Henny. Okay, so we see right in the beginning of the episode, Angela is sitting on the couch. Kelli comes up, hey, girl. And she like, hey, I ain't finna be fake with y'all. I'm still mad about last night. Okay. So she kind of giving the cold shoulder. She's not really having it. So then we see where Cynthia is trying to investigate to see like what happened. Cynthia went to bed and then wake up the next morning and it's just chaos or whatever. So she's talking with Shamea and Kelli, and we see her talking with Porsha, and we see her talking with Angela, trying to get down to the bottom of everything. Long story short, basically they was talking about Angela behind her back, calling her Big Bird, talking about Charles, and Porsha said that she would sleep with Charles. It was a number of things that was said regarding Angela and Charles. So they was the hot topic. Angela took it upon herself to come downstairs and was like, what's that y'all was saying? Porsha just walked off or whatever because she ain't with it. Porsha was like, girl, okay, whatever. And the rest of the ladies just really didn't even entertain whatever Angela was saying. Apparently Angela was like hot and she wanted them to know, I hear y'all, blah, blah, blah. Overall, the girls are like whatever about however Angela is feeling about what was said, and she's upset with them because of that. At the time that Cynthia was talking to the ladies, a couple of things happened. Shamea did get a long book from Angela in the form of a text message, so long that as Shamea was reading it, the production team actually fast forwarded through it. It was a lot. So basically it was a nice nasty little note to say, if y'all talking about me behind my back and whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so Porsha was like, I don't remember what I said. Okay, once again, I don't have no problem per se with Porsha, but this is what I don't like. She never remember what she said, or she always minimized what she did. It's kind of like, to try to avoid accountability, I feel like that's what Porsha does. She kind of play this dumb role. I don't think the girl dumb. I don't. I think that she says and does some dumb stuff, but that girl ain't stupid. But she played the role very well. She know what she said. Because as we can see later in the episode, when she's talking to her sister and her mom, she was like, yeah, I call her Big Bird. Whatever. So, girl, anyway, Porsha, I'm going to need you to stop this. Okay, so moving on. The Bailey Q. So Cynthia talks to the lady. She's like, hey, I'm having my Bailey Q on Juneteenth instead of the 4th of July. Going forward, it's going to be on Juneteenth. So now that it's a national holiday here, she's made that choice, and kudos to you. I love it. In the course of her confessional, Cynthia said something that had me tripping. She had me laughing. She was like, girl, it ain't nothing open after midnight except for legs, jail, and the ER. And that's why you need to take your ass to bed early. And I'm like, hey, she's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? But let them enjoy. Like, they was out at the pool, acting crazy, drinking. So of course it was going to be some drama or whatever. So it's the Real Housewives of Atlanta. What do you expect? All right. So we see where Cha-Cha, honey, this dog living better than majority of us, okay? Listen, Cha-Cha's services are up with over $1,000. She's getting her hair dyed, which for the PETA people, okay, that love animals, it's vegan, it's non-cruelty, so the dog is fine. I get why Kelli wants to color her because someone actually stole her and she had to find her. So now the dog is set apart. And you can't just say, oh, well, this is my dog. Like, nah, you ain't paid them over $1,000 for them services for that hair. Okay? So I get it, but it's a little over the top for me. Cha-Cha's birthday party is more fabulous than any birthday party I've ever had in my whole life. Okay? And it just reminds me that these ladies live in an alternate reality that we don't even know of or can conceive of, because I can't see myself spending that much on a dog. I just even if I had it, I don't think that I would do that. But hey, who knows what I would do if I was living like them. I don't know. But Obviously, Kelli loves her dog. Mimosa, who is Britt's dog, came, and Britt was like, honey, these dogs are not used to all this fabulosity. And honey, apparently I'm not either, because at the birthday party, they had massages for the dogs. They had, all the services. And I'm like, what? Honey, Cha Cha gets her nails done. She gets eyelashes and jewels. Girl, what in the world? Okay, anyway, that's how she wants to spend her money. I ain't mad at her. Like, people spend their money how they want to, you know. So moving on, we see where Britt, her mother is moving in with her. It sounds like Britt and Michael are trying to have a baby, because she was saying, I'm leaving after the baby come. And Britt was like, no, I need you there, whatever. So, yeah, she was, trying to talk to her mom about that situation. And later in the episode, we see where they were helping their mom move. Cher and Britt and her mother and grandmother were in the house. And, it's a lot of emotions behind that, because their father is deceased, and, he built that house for the mother in 2014. And she was saying that he wasn't even in the house for a year. He passed away in 2015, which is super sad. I know it's been a while, but that kind of grief is going to be forever. You know what I mean? Like, there's no words for the hole that, a parent leaves when they leave this earth. So, my heart goes out to them for that. I understand what that feels like. So, yeah, Cher still has a lot of pain. There's a lot of bickering with the sisters, apparently. So, I mean, it's just a lot going on. And we see where the grandmother had to step in. And that was a real black moment. Let me tell y'all something. When you are the elder in the family, everybody has to listen to what you say. And the grandmother said, y'all need to stop it. And baby, it was stopped. Okay. And I love that for them. That was a true black moment. Okay. So let's move on. We see where Shamea is continuing her journey through surrogacy. She wants to give her husband Gerald a son. That's what he wants. She was saying how good of a father and husband he is, and she wants to be able to give that to him. Now, she herself can't have children for whatever reason, and they can do the surrogacy. The challenge with that is her surrogate, who was also Candy's surrogate when she had Blaze, got sick. She got cancer, y'all. So it's kind of like, she can't be putting her body through the surrogacy process, because she's trying to heal and stay healthy from cancer. So shout out to her. I'm praying that she's doing well, after everything that's said and done. So she did meet her new surrogate, and she looks good on paper. And Gerald called in and, spoke with her. And, it's kind of like, she's moving forward, and I hope that it works. I hope they can complete their family with their baby boy. And she was praying about the baby being healthy. Her daughter Shiloh is ill and is in and out of the hospital and stuff, and that's really hard. Like, when you are a mother and your child is sick, it just hits a different way. For those of us that understand that, like, my heart goes out to her, my prayers to her family, because it's just a whole nother journey that you just won't understand until you embark upon that. So I'm praying for, Shiloh's health, the new baby being healthy, like all of that, because why else would we not want them to be happy and whole and complete in their family? Okay. So that's where I am with that. Okay, so Angela, we see her with Charles. They're working out, and she was saying how much of a taskmaster he is in the gym and how he works out every day. And I gotta admit, Angela's body is on point. I mean, like, she looks good, right? So it's working, Angela. Whatever he making you do in the gym, it is working, honey. I need to join y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because, baby, yeah, y'all got it going on in that gym. So anyways, she was telling Charles what happened on the trip, and he ain't interested, really. He ain't bothered by it. I will say that. He did not agree with her inviting Thru. He did not agree with her asking Porsha about that whole situation with Simon and filing and all of that. And I agree with him. Like, I mean, my thing is, you can't poke the bear and then expect the bear not to react. Do I agree with how Porsha reacted? Absolutely not. I don't. I'm not with the whole, playing about sleeping with somebody, man, and all of this right here. Because a few weeks back, we saw what she was like, oh, I heard something about Charles. Why would you say that if you ain't heard nothing? You see what I'm saying? And even if you had heard something, if you were trying to like let her know something, that's not the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Porsha. Like, she know what she be doing. Anyways, she just wanted to get under Angela's skin, and she succeeds because I feel that there's something missing in Angela's marriage that had nothing to do with Porsha in the beginning. Because she has a preconceived notion about who Porsha is in that situation with Simon and Fallon and her, she's already like on the defense or whatever about Porsha. So Porsha just slinging, fuel to the fire, talking about she know Charles and she better leave me alone before I sleep with Charles. Like, she just doing a lot. So anyways, she knows that that's her hot button and she gonna keep pressing it. So just leave Porsha alone. Like, honestly, just let her be, honey. She's told you and shown you that she's not here for whatever it is you're trying to do. So you might want to leave her alone because she really hadn't even turned up on you yet. And that's what I'm trying to understand. Do Angela not understand who Porsha really is? I don't think she do. Because I think she would leave her alone. Because Angela, she seems to be too classy to go to the level that we know Porsha can go, that we haven't seen her go this season. So, yeah, I would tell Angela to stop while she ahead. Honestly, that's what I would tell her. Okay, leave Porsha alone. Y'all get over y'all little whatever this is and just be alright with her. Okay, so moving on, we see where Porsha gets PJ a new dog. It was a cute little Pomeranian. She said that basically she's trying to distract Pilar because she knows she's kind of been out of it due to the divorce, and Pilar may have been asking for a sibling, and so this is Porsha's way of answering that and getting her little dog that she cutely named Peanut Butter. That is so cute. I just love PJ because she's just so chill and sweet and cute. So yeah, that was cute. They're meeting at Porsha's mom's house to meet the au pair. The au pair is nothing but like a live-in nanny child. She want a live-in nanny for Pilar. And the au pair will be going between Dennis and Porsha's house when PJ is there. So there's that. They got her like balloons and a cake and all of that. So yeah, that's cool. Again, they live a different type of life because I mean, what is Porsha doing that she needs an au pair that she can't be there with her child? I don't know. I mean, like I'm pretty sure she has a very busy life. A public daycare is just not gonna work for these kids. I get it. They're celebrity children, so yeah, you have to have home help so that Porsha can go and do whatever it is she needs to do. I'm hoping that situation works out or what have you. Do y'all feel like Porsha's expectations on this co-parentage with Dennis is a little odd? I mean, I feel like, for example, I just look at body language and behavior, right? When Dennis came in, he was greeting Pilar. You know how little girls run up to their daddy and they, do little things where they pick them up and all of that. That's what he was doing with Pilar. He wasn't even trying to hug Porsha. Like, he still was holding Pilar's hands and Porsha trying to hug his neck. Like, honestly, for you to get along with your co-parent, you don't have to touch them. You don't have to hug them. You don't have to greet them in that way. Speaking to them is just fine. I mean, or is it just me? Honestly, this is your ex-fiance. And I know in her YouTube channel, they was talking about, Dennis not being able to date because don't nobody want to come behind Porsha and all of this right here. Like, honestly, why you got to hug this man? You don't. You know what I'm saying? And then he greeted Miss Diane, which is Porsha's mom, with a hug or whatever. That's different. You wasn't sleeping with Miss Diane. Okay? You ain't had no baby with Miss Diane. Okay? But anyway, that's just me. They did discuss Drew. And as it turns out, Drew is no longer signed to Dennis. And yeah, so whatever. I mean, my thing is, Drew knows she could have found somebody else, anybody else in Atlanta to help her with her music. I mean, let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? And all Porsha asks is that they don't film together. Like, the reason why Porsha don't want them to film together, it is what it is. I mean, to me, it's not that big of a deal because it's not like they hugged up on the TV talking about they together. They're working together, which you already knew. But if that's a boundary for her, if y'all friends, then hey, whatever. So apparently she's no longer signed to Dennis, but Porsha did pull up a text message about something about he was saying that Drew tried to sleep with him. Who knows? I mean, will we ever find out the truth about the nature of the relationship between Drew and Dennis? I don't think so, because both of them to me are shady. It seems like to me, Drew just, she been calling in some lies in the past. Everybody on the cast say Drew lies, so I have to believe them. I mean, hell, everybody ain't wrong. Okay, and then Dennis, we already know him and Porsha not together because of infidelity. So, of course, if he'll cheat on Porsha while they're together, he wouldn't mind knocking down a friend of hers. I mean, come on. And they not together. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think Porsha has unrealistic expectations of the co-parentage with her and Dennis. It's not real life. But then again, these ladies live in a different type of world than we do. Okay. So let's move on. We get to the Bailey crew. The Bailey Q. And, all the ladies are there. They're supposed to dress in the colors of red, black, yellow, green. Okay, so everybody followed suit except for Porsha, of course. Porsha, she just do what she want to do, and she be like expecting people to just be like, oh, okay, girl, yeah, do what you want. And it's like, I know if you didn't want to wear green, you have mad black, you got plenty of red, you have, yellow, whatever. She just came up in there with some pink number. I'm like, okay, girl. Anyway, that's Porsha for you. Cynthia decided to invite a prophet. So prophets give prophecy over people's lives. Okay, it's more of a spiritual thing from what I understand. I've never been around a prophet that I know of that prophesied to me, but from what I can tell, they're really accurate, and the information they're getting is coming from God. So people really tend to listen to these prophets. Prophet Tasha is her name, and Cynthia was saying she uses her twice a year. So anyway, she invited her to this party. Based on the reaction of the ladies, she was on point. Now let's get to Miss Angela, okay? With Miss Angela, she was basically saying that she needs to reconnect with her husband, and they need to go on a vacation or something because they've gotten too comfortable. Interesting note here. She says, who has a Porsche? She said, because he's focusing on the Porsche. And I'm sitting here like, because when she first asked the question, I'm like, dude, don't you know you are amongst the ladies that own Bentleys and Rolls Royces, honey? Ain't no Porsche to be found in this group. But when she said Porsche, everybody was like, oh boy. And then she said he got his eye on it. Everybody was like, oh man. And so Shamea just said what everybody was thinking. She was like, I know you said Porsche, but did you mean Porsche? and Cynthia was like, no, don't do that. Stop it. And right then Porsha walked in. So it's crazy because, I mean, she picking up something. I don't know. I think the energy that Angela is giving to Porsha regarding Charles is maybe what she picked up, but it just didn't come in that form to her. Okay, so then interesting note about the prophecy and Drew. Drew didn't want to be public with hers, of course. And I agree with Porsha when she said the lies be loud, honey, but the truth, no. I don't know why she's uncomfortable with the truth is my thing. I don't understand it. Again, I'm gonna say it until I get it with Drew. I don't understand her at all. Okay, because she loudly lied about being cousins with Michael Jordan, but you see what I'm saying? I think Drew is really big on controlling the narrative. That's what I pick up from Drew. She's really big on controlling the narrative, on getting things out that she wants out and concealing things that she doesn't want to conceal. But that's not the nature of reality TV, unfortunately. When you join reality TV, you have to be an open book. And when you're not an open book and things come out, it just makes you look bad and crazy or whatever. Okay, so moving on, we see where Cynthia is trying to get the ladies on a better page. And see, Angela, take a page out of the book. This is what you do if you're trying to get the ladies on a better page. You set them up to talk one-on-one, and you let them, like grown women, hash out the differences, okay? As you can see, it seemed to work with Angela and Porsha. I'm going to put a little pin in that because I don't know if it worked or not. Honestly, I feel like Porsha just don't give a damn. And Angela, I don't know. She be hot on Porsha ass, and then the next minute she be like, okay, girl. So I don't know. She probably is understanding in that moment that her problem is really with Charles. Because if you're secure in your marriage, and this is what I would tell Angela, whatever is making you insecure in your marriage, address it with your husband. Because if you're secure in your marriage, then I don't think that this would be happening. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? handle your business. Even the prophet picked up on that. You know what I'm saying? And then Angela had to sit again for a sit down with Shamea, which interestingly enough, she seems madder at Shamea for not taking up for her in a way. She was like, you're married and you should have told your girl that she shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. And it's like Porsha grown. Porsha gonna do what she wanna do. It ain't Shamea's fault. And she's trying to say that all the ladies, as in Kelli and Britt and Shamea, are puppets of Porsha's. And she says that she has mind control over them and she ain't never seen nothing like it. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I do agree with Angela on this. Don't play about nobody's husband, because that's how you really get jacked up out here. For real. You playing with somebody's family, you playing like you would do something like to destroy the family or whatever. Especially when it seemed like they're hanging on by a thread. Because even the interaction between Charles and Angela, it's uncomfortable for me. I know they've been married 10 years. They've been together a long time. I ain't saying they got to be all hugged up and lovey-dovey. But it's just uncomfortable to me. He seems a little dismissive of her, if you will. I don't know. But anyways, child, the highlight of the scene was Angela and Britt getting into it. And Angela told her she had stretch marks around her mouth, honey. I said, oh, Lord. You know, stretch marks around the mouth. And then she called her a whore with the hard WH. Okay? I said, oh, my goodness. Like, girl, why is she a whore, though? Like, oh, my goodness. In this group of ladies, using the B word is like nothing. But when you call them a whore, like with the hard WH, not hoe, but whore, that's like the holy grail of insults. So everybody was like, a whore? Like, why she say that about her or whatever? And she was like, well, I'm married. Well, Britt is married too. She's married to her husband. So that's nothing. There's no distinction there. I mean, you're both married or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I missed why they was getting into it or something. I don't know. I do know that Angela was offended, saying that, you know, Britt was talking for Porsha. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe Britt was just expressing her opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Porsha need anybody to talk for her, as Charles so eloquently stated. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I was looking at my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. But what do y'all think? I mean, this show crazy. It's falling off the rails to me a little bit. Yeah, Angela is running rogue, honey. She is just, I think she's not willing to admit any of what's going on with her marriage. I can understand that, but handle it, honey. Like, get in the front of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you need to do. But the other party has to be willing. Okay. And then if they're not willing, you have to decide where your boundaries are. Okay. And that's where she is, I feel, with her marriage to Charles. But you guys let me know what you think. Angela is really giving a lot. I think she started off real cute and classy, and now the South Side Chicago is coming out. Okay. We see it. We see it. You know, that's all I have for this right now, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the good things. I appreciate every last one of you, and I will be back later. Talk to you soon. Bye.